Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be checking out the Holybro Atlatl HV. Now I'm not sure what the significance is with the name and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm waiting for Holybro to come out with a product that I can actually pronounce. But it is a VTX with some fairly attractive features, so let's take a look at it. I've already installed it on my model here, so I think the main attraction with this VTX is that it is using the Immersion RC Tramp protocol, which means that you can control it entirely through the Betaflight on-screen display. Now I've already fitted it to my model. This is the Bfight 210, and another attractive feature for me is that it can be installed as part of the stack. Now this is the Bfight's original VTX, see, very similar there, except this one you could control just the 8 different channels through the S-bus, which I discovered is absolutely no good because when you hit a failsafe it changes the channel. You can't control the power output of this either, and you can't change the band, and of course you can do that with this one. So it supports input voltages from 7 volts all the way up to a 6S, and I think that's what the HV means. The Tramp's also got HV after the name, and I think that just means high voltage from anything I could find. You can see there that we have this connector here as well. It's like a certain type of JST connector that I've not seen before, and that just clips in there like so. So we have got the input voltage in there, then the ground, and then the video, and then the last one is the telemetry pin, they are calling it. But what you have to do is you have to find a spare UART on your flight controller. So here on the Bfight, it's down here, so this is UART 1 there, and then you have to plug it into the TX pin. Well, sadly this one is using a connector, so I've had to make up a little lead there for that. So we have a button here, however the instructions, which by the way you get from a QR code on the back of here, it doesn't come with any instructions. It states that it is purely designed to be used through the on-screen display, and we have limited functions on this button. So if you hold the button down while powering the model on, then it will send it into pit mode. Now the IRC Tramp has a pit mode as well. The thing is though, that one only outputs at 1 milliwatt, and the idea is that you use it to set everything up on the ground, but 1 milliwatt won't knock anyone out of the sky who's already flying. This one in pit mode is 15 milliwatts, and I think that potentially is enough to knock someone out of the sky. So yeah, I'm not sure that feature is going to be any good. And the other function of this button as well is if you do a short press of it, it cycles through the channels individually, so not the bands, it goes through all of the 40 channels in sequence. So like I say, they are really expecting it to work through the on-screen display there, rather than relying on the button for anything else. So let me show you the rest of the connections. It's very easy. So this is an omnibus flight controller here, so it doesn't have any filtering going into it. It's just set up exactly the same as the Bfight. So I have got the video and then the voltage and the ground just soldered into there, and then a wire just into there. Very easy setup. So one thing I like about this one is you are given a pigtail connector here, so I can actually fit on a proper antenna, whereas the Bfight was using a sleeve dipole antenna. So I should get a little bit better range out of it, perhaps, we'll see, and reception. And it's also using SMA as well, so yeah, matching immersion there because everyone else is pretty much using RPSMA, I think. Now you are also given this little heatsink here as well, however with this top plate here, that's not gonna fit on there, so I think it should be fine without it. Also, I think, I'm just trying to see, yeah, I think perhaps this is metal, but I would potentially remove this little sticker here when putting the heatsink on there as well, but I'm going to run without it, I think. So the setup in Betaflight couldn't be more easy once you have got the TX pin connected there to the telemetry pin on this side there. Then you just have to go into the ports and the UART that you have selected. So in my case it is UART 1. I just have to go to the end, and where it says peripheries, choose the IRC tramp, and that's it. You just save it, obviously, and then we can go into the on-screen display and change all of the settings. So here we are looking through the goggles. I've got everything plugged in, and of course my antenna as well. And the first thing I notice is there is a little bit of noise filtering through the system without anything really being powered up, so no motors or anything. And I first of all thought, well, maybe that's RF noise. So that is just noise that is managing to filter through that case there on the VTX. But when I move the VTX around, that doesn't seem to change. So I think it is just noise coming through the system in general. You see there's no filtering at all here, so it's just using the filter that is on the VTX. But most people will be running this through like a regulator or something like that. But straight away, the noise that's coming through, it's not as good as the VTX that comes with the Bfight. So I would probably have to stick some capacitors somewhere. There's not a lot of room on this model here. Anyways, so yeah, if you run it through a regulator, then I would imagine that would fix that problem, because it's only very slight as well. And there's a little bit of noise that does filter through too on the original Bfight. It's just not quite as much as this here. So to get into the on-screen display, it's throttle in the middle, pitch fully forward, and then yaw to the left now. And then I can use the pitch to go down, and if I go into features and then use aileron, and here we've got the two VTX options. So this is smart audio here for the TBS solution, and then we have got the tramp there. So if I then aileron across there, you can see we've got the pit mode, which is the 15 milliwatt mode. It's currently in the off position. And then band, this is interesting. Can you see it says Fat Shark, and then we have got race band there as well, and boss cam. So they're all named there by the actual type of band rather than numbers. So yeah, Fat Shark there. And then we have got the channel select as well, so currently on channel 6, so you can see there I can go through and change all of that there. And then the frequency I can't change, so that just changes there depending on the channel here, so that's just telling you the frequency there. And then the power output, if I use the aileron, so it starts off at 25, 100, 200, 400, and then 600 there. So exactly the same as the tramp. And then T, that's temperature. So I'm not sure whether it works the same as the tramp, because I believe that it changes the power depending on the temperature there. And then the save setting is here. So it's not when you go back and then save and reboot. So you do have to save those settings, and then it will save. So yeah, pretty nice system. I really like it. I think that is how all VTXs should be really using these protocols. It'd be nice to have a standard protocol so they could all use the same one though, I think. So there you go, that is my review of the Holybro Atlatl HV VTX. I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one, and now I'm going to go and do some flying with it. So as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. Where am I? When you want to get off the darkest ground,